Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Carson.
Good morning, Brina. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
It's going. How so?
Can you?
Justin G. Blake McNow. No, I'm not gonna say that. Blake McNally. That's what it is. Cool. What's up? Good morning. All right. Hello. Nice to see your beautiful faces on this Tuesday morning. So we're gonna start off with some gratitude right now. I want you to write down right now. Write down in your journal, whatever you take notes on. If you have something that you take notes on, journal down or write down or whatever you got. Three things that you're genuinely grateful for. Genuinely. I'm gonna play some insanely loud music, so be ready for your ears to just get crushed. And just go ahead and turn your head to the right once you have gotten your three things of gratitude. And there you go, sis. Just turn your head to the right. I'll get to why we're going to do that in a second, all right? You guys are like, whoa, what does Carson have up his sleeve today? Yeah, you guys will never know. Never know with me. Blake's head is turned to the right. Does that mean you're done, Blake? All right. Bree's head is turned slightly to the right. All right, cool. Let's share. Who'd like to go first? All right, who'd like to go second? Go, Bree. Go second. That means right now. It's a trick.
Nice. So I said the first one, first and foremost, of course, is my family. Always being there for me, supporting and loving me unconditionally. Second one, pretty obvious, track, because it gives me an opportunity to do what I love, what I'm passionate for, and then keep myself in good shape and like stay athletic. And then my support system of friends, because a lot has happened, and it's always good to know that there are people that you can lean on.
Love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, family. Huge. That was one of mine, by the way. Blake or Justin?
I can go.
Blake, then Justin, then me.
So 3 things that I'm genuinely grateful for would be, first, to be this team. Just having you guys, it's been awesome. Just like the last few months, being able to actually build relationships with you guys and work with you guys, and Carson, learn from you. So I'm very grateful for that. Second thing would just be to live in America. I mean, I'm pretty insanely lucky to live in this country out of all the places in the world. There'd be to be born and raised Catholic, because that's very important to me. I appreciate my parents for instilling those values in me.
Nice. Love that, Blake. Love that. Yeah. This team is pretty sick. Not gonna lie. All right, go for it, Justin.
I said the team. It's a big part of my life. And then I said my family, because that's probably the biggest part of my life, and I'm with them all the time. My family's pretty cool. And then I also said my education, because although education is dumb sometimes, you don't always learn the most important things. You still learn somewhat important things. I don't know. It's just important to have education and good education. So, yeah.
Yeah. And to just top on that, like, not even just education, just being able to learn stuff in general. Like, guys, we can learn anything that we want to. Anything. There's this thing called YouTube and Google. You guys, okay, you guys might have heard of it. But like, you can look up anything that you would ever want to know, or learn, and you can do it. I think that's pretty cool. Like, our parents didn't really have that growing up, and now we do. We have everything we want at our fingers. Great shares, guys. Mine is, well, my family. I was able to hang out with my mom yesterday. She came over to my grandma's, and I got to see my cousin who lives in North Carolina now. And I don't get to see him like at all. And I grew up seeing him all the time. He lived in Alameda and Antioch, so like I grew up, seeing him at family functions and whatnot. Pretty much like bi-monthly. And now he's in North Carolina. He moved out there last year for work. And so it was really cool to see him. Yeah, I literally only got to see him for like 5 hours because he had a flight last night back to North Carolina. So I'm really glad I got to see him. Spend time with my grandma, spend time with my mom, spent time with one of my friends from like 6th grade and a couple of my brothers over the weekend. So like, that was really cool. I just am also grateful, like what you said, Justin, just for just constantly learning and staying true to my purpose every day, no matter what, like doing something that is serving my purpose and what I'm living for. A little side note here, like growing up, I really used to live for others or live to get validation from other people that I'm doing a good job, right? So I wasn't truly like living for me and doing the things that served me and fulfilled me. Even though that sounds super selfish, right? Like that sounds selfish. Oh, Carson, you're only doing things for you? Yeah, I'm doing things that fulfill me because I'm able to pour back into other people with all the love because I'm filled with my purpose. It's huge. This big thing, especially if you ever plan on leading people. People can actually like feel that. And I'm also really grateful that I have an able body. like what you said, Bree, like staying in shape, being fit, having track, like, yeah, we are like all of us here for the most part, I think, are all able-bodied, and we can do a lot of things, right? Like we can walk, we can breathe, we can do push-ups. I think everyone in here can do push-ups. We can run, we can jump. Like, are you kidding me? That's pretty incredible, right? And we can also push our bodies to the limits, and I love doing that. This morning I hit a new PR on front squat, 225 for 10, so that felt really good. I think about Bree pushing herself like to the point where she's got freaking like I know that might suck, Bree, but dude, that's a freaking badge of honor at the same time. Like you really pushed yourself that hard to get to that point. I know you're like, Carson, I'm injured. Yeah, but you kind of like it's one of those injuries where you're like, damn, you worked hard for that. Like you really freaking, was pushed into the pavement. So really grateful that I have an able body that I'm able to push to the limits. Well, thank you guys for sharing. What I really want to do now, before we get into something, is I want to get some Wim Hof going. Just a couple rounds. Yeah, go for it. I saw you. Yeah, go for it. Just a couple of rounds of Wim Hof, okay? So I'm going to need everybody to get into a comfortable position. Okay. Oh, also, side note, I think I cracked my rib. Yeah, on Saturday. I just figured that out legit 5 minutes ago. I was playing with both my ribs. On this side, nothing. Every time I do this one pops. So I think I broke my rib, but I'll be good. Got practice tomorrow, so hopefully I don't get. Yeah, I got kneed in the rib really hard on Saturday. We had like a 2-hour practice. Well, it was a 1-hour practice that we turned into a 2-hour practice because we kept training after, and we were practicing knees. We were doing knee sparring, so it was only like the clinch and then kneeing people in the gut, and I walked right into a knee to the ribs, just pretty solid one, and it's been hurting this whole weekend, so hopefully it's not broken. That sucked. But yeah, what about you guys? You guys got any any broken ribs you're dealing with? No, just me. Nice. Yeah, I heard to do some exercises this morning. Are you guys in your Wim Hof position? You can right there. You guys are good. All right, cool. Because I think I'm gonna do mine sitting as well. Typically do mine laying down. Go for it, Blake. Go for it. Gotta invest in the jug, right, Justin? Dude, did you hear we're keeping Jimmy G?
I don't think we're gonna keep him. I think they're just saying that. I think we're gonna keep him throughout training camp, but I don't think we're gonna. You can't pay a backup $26 million. You just can't do that. So
It just doesn't make sense. Just
See,
doesn't make sense.
what happened is it got reported on March 6th. I'll read you it. Hold up. It got reported on March 6th. The 49ers organization is beyond angry and feel one-upped by Garoppolo and agent Don Yee. The Niners recommended that Jimmy get surgery right after the playoff loss, believing he'd be cleared before the new year, like the new league year. He informed San Francisco they were opting to not have surgery. That was on March 6th. And then John Lynch came out yesterday and said, Lynch stated that trade talks for Garoppolo with other teams had quite a bit of momentum prior to the NFL scouting combine in the first week of March. Those conversations came to a screeching halt after news broke that the quarterback was due to have surgery on his throwing shoulder. So Jimmy just said, like, fuck you to the Niners and said, I'm
Literally.
like, you're not going to trade me. So,
yeah, not a good thing. Not a good thing that he did, guys. If for those of you, Bree, Blake, who don't really follow football, he just didn't do a cool thing. Not very courteous to a team that treated him really well.
That's how you get put on the bench, but you're still getting the bag. So
Still getting the bag, hardcore baggage.
he doesn't deserve his paycheck. Honestly,
Yeah.
He's a middling quarterback.
Terrible. All right, are we in a comfortable position? I might go and lay down after all.
I'm gonna lay down too.
Okay. All right. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi guys, welcome. This is a guided breathing session. Relax to the deepest. Lie down, sit down, whatever it takes. Relax. Are you ready? Here we go. Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in and let go. All right. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Let that relaxation spread down to your toes, into your fingertips, to the base of your neck and head. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Okay, recovery breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Feel, become aware of your body. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before I give the cue, that's okay. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. When you're ready, fully in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 3. Back into that.
Doing 2 rounds today. I felt good. That felt really good. What else feels better after that?
I freaking love Wim Hof. I do it before every track meet and it makes me feel so good.
I love that. How long are you getting your breath holds?
I'm doing that exact same one, so just as long as the video goes.
Nice. Nice. Cool. All right. Thank you guys for being participative in that. All right. I just, by the way, on top of the cracked rib I potentially have, I also gained, yeah, I might have cracked rib. I also gained like 15 pounds from Sunday to last night. So from I was 177 on Sunday, then I spent a day at my grandma's, and then another day at my grandma's yesterday, and now I'm 190. So breathing has been tough. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Some things I want to get into today. Number one is kind of, I'll just kind of break out the agenda. I know, Bree, you got to leave for track at a certain point, and Blake, you're gonna migrate over to another room when your dad starts his meeting. But just to lay out kind of the agenda, it's like, hey, where's our team at right now? How can we get the needle moving forward with the people already here? Changes that I've made to the interview script. I think that was necessary, right? Like, do you guys agree? We should definitely have made some changes to the interview script. Cool. I'm still trying to shorten it, cut stuff out. I'm like rewording some of the stuff. I'm looking at Jordan's script and Callie's script and just seeing like, okay, how are they getting the point across? And how can we like say the same stuff just with less words, right? I feel like that's an important thing, being more concise with our language in the interview. I also feel that would help with the show to training, because people don't like to see people just blabbing right about something. Another thing is I made 5 new Google Forms that we will start, a couple of them we will start using as a team. And then another one is going to be one that we send to our team every single Tuesday. They need to fill this out. I don't care how they fill it out. I don't care, it's just got to be done Tuesday, and I'll get into that. But and then just some things moving forward with recruiting and making sure that we're consistent and like seeing like, hey, what can we do? Like, what needs to be done to make sure that we're all staying consistent with our messaging, because that's the only way we're going to ever build PR momentum, because we don't have any PRs right now to like send and build momentum with and do PCB with, right? So the only way that we can do that is by starting organically with what we already have, which is our existing team, which, if we're gonna be honest, guys, we don't have like a strong PR culture with our existing team, right? Would you guys agree with that? Like, the people on our team don't really want to PR. I know, Justin, we still have PRs that you want to get for sure. You know, Bree, Blake, like you guys are PR down. But like Jackson Dwelly, not really super PR down. Nathan Hernandez, not the most PR down. Sean Padilla, not the most. Like, and those are our top people, you know, that we have right now in the development pipeline that we want to build with. Like Joey Uzon, not really PR positive. He's also like a year or two out of college, right? So like his friends are not going to be ideal people. Did anyone watch Colin Patrick? I know Justin, you don't have to. Blake, did you watch Colin Patrick's PR talk? Yeah, and did you listen to him at March Madness, correct? Yeah, so like we need to build people that we want to get similar people from. So like I do want more people like Sean Padilla, Nathan Hernandez, and Jackson Dwelly. Cool thing is, Justin watched me interview yesterday, and we actually got someone from Jackson Dwelly's high school that Justin PR'd through LinkedIn. That goes to Santa Clara. So like, shout out to Justin. And also it just shows like, hey, we just got a message on LinkedIn and we're going to get people. It's just going to happen. Right. So let's dig into where our current team is at real quick. Whoa, I just screen shared and you guys came really big on my screen. All right, there we go. You guys are still really big on my screen, but not as shocking. So I know we had spring break. I know Jackson's been gone. Nathan's got his other job at Walmart that's keeping him really busy and tired. So like he doesn't have energy to do many other things. And then Sean's pretty consistent. He's got a lot of other stuff going on, but like he's consistently doing appointments every single week. So Sean, not really super concerned with. Kellyanne still hasn't even done an appointment, so like we don't like I'm not too worried about Kelly. I'm just not going to be intentionally putting as much time into my PCs with her because, well, she's really awesome, but she's also like not doing any appointments, and I can't help her that much. But Benle has been communicative. Sophia, Blake, you told me she has not been communicative, correct? Okay, cool. So I am going to
Need to send her ghosting text.
You did?
No, I need to.
Yeah. I'm gonna find that text real quick because we're gonna get the team situated right now. That's like my goal is, hey, let's figure out who needs what and let's just freaking get it to them right now while we're here. Let's see, where is the ghosting text that I used to always have? Benley actually just texted me, so that's cool. I do not know where this ghosting text went. Ah, here it is, here it is, here it is. Boom. Hey, Blank, this is Blank. I wanted to reach out because we haven't been able to connect in a while, and I'm not sure if you're super busy or if your plans have changed. I know you wanted to work this spring for blank reason, and I'm more than happy to support you in that goal as much as possible. You're gonna have to do some proofreading. For some reason, there's a bunch of grammatical errors in this entire thing. But I'm gonna post this to the WhatsApp for everyone. This is just a good template to have. I know you wanted to work this summer, but you'd probably want to change that to spring for blank reason. I'd go through her notes and see like why she's even working here. And I'm more than happy to support you in that goal as much as possible. But I'm getting the feeling this isn't the right fit at the time for you. If I'm misunderstanding, please let me know and we can definitely chat about how to move forward. Either way, we're here for you. And if you need anything in the future, please let us know. We wish you a strong finish to your spring or strong start to your summer, whatever. you know, and then they'll either say, we're pretty much giving them an out, saying like, hey, like, are you freaking with us or are you without us? And they can spring back and say, no, I'm good. I'm just like, I just had this going on, that going on, you know, like I had to travel out of the country because my aunt passed away and like she lives in the Philippines, like whatever, right? Like something random. Or she could be like, oh yeah, you know, it's just not really the right fit. I got this going on. I think I'd be much better served doing this in the summer, right? And what about Nathan? Nathan Nguyen. Nathan Nguyen.
Nathan Nguyen is pretty good. He's one thing he needs to be better at is communicating his appointments and putting it in the app. Every time he clocks in for a demo, I'm like, oh, I didn't even see you had demos this week. But he makes calls. He can consistently do a couple demos a week, not like hitting his goals. But he clocks in and has decent amount of sales. It's slow moving, but it's better than it was before I started coaching him. Which
Okay, cool.
I guess it should be.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I like Nathan, and I'm glad that he's actually like alive still. You know, I haven't talked to him in a while. I think it'd be
Shout out to
cool.
him. He's very positive.
Yeah, he's super positive. He's awesome to just have on the team. That'd be awesome if he could make it to team meetings, but you know, he can't. So it's not nothing to cry over. Another question I did have was around, I want to see what Nathan's at in career sales, because he might be at the point of 10 sales. Oh, he's at 9. Tell Nathan if he makes one more sale, he's invited to key staff.
I will do that.
Yeah, I think that'll get him pretty excited. Anyways, I'm looking at these people down here in the default. Alain, Alexis, Frankie, and Zoa. What has happened with them? Because they're still in WebPDI. I do not want to delete them because you guys don't even understand the pain of putting somebody back in WebPDI after you've deleted them. So Alain, Alexis, Frankie, and Zoa. I feel like I should have asked this weeks ago, but I'm asking it now. What is up with them? What is their status?
The only one that I can say for sure would be Frankie. He's the only one that I had any communication with after training. I sent him the resources he needed to present to his school. To get permission to work here, and he just hasn't responded since then.
Okay, have you called him?
I have not called him.
Okay, can you make a note to shoot him a call like right after the staff meeting? Because the reason why is because even if he doesn't end up working here, if he knows that we tried everything we could to give him a good experience, that's what matters, right? Like him not like having this kind of ghosting feel, but maybe he just feels like he didn't get taken care of, like we were going to support him, you know? And that's his view of it, right? If we do everything we can on our part to serve him, then he's gonna have a really good taste in his mouth. Cool. What about Alain, Alexis, and Zoa? Can anyone speak to them, or should I call them and ask how they're doing? Because I don't want to delete them off of WebPDI if we know something about them.
The best person to talk to about that is Chris, because last time, because what I remember is like Chris is the one who had the PRPC with Zoha, had a meeting or had like a one-on-one PC with like Alexis, and I think that was, yeah. So Chris is definitely someone to reach out to. I don't know about Alain though.
Okay, I'm gonna send Chris a voice memo right now. What up, Chris Polo? I know that you're oh, I actually don't know if you're at your second job or not, but this is me not assuming you're at your other job because I'm not gonna assume anything. But I just had a quick question in the staff meeting right now about Alain, Alexis, and Zoa. and kind of the status on them because they're in web PDI, but I don't want to delete them because it's kind of a pain to get them back into web PDI. And if they're still alive, I'd love to reach out. I mean, I don't even think Alexis even has ever spoken to me. So I think it'd be wise of me to just call her anyways. But I'd love to know kind of the inside scoop before I give them a call. So, all right, let me know. Cool, 42 seconds on the dot of that voicemail. I kind of do that frequently. Okay, cool. And then we have a bunch of inactive people, but like Thomas said he's going to work back up in the summer. Ryan said the same thing. Mackenzie, I'm pretty sure, said the same thing. Can we confirm that? Like, did Mackenzie said she's busy right now. She'll work later. And then Henry said he'll work over the summer. Beta is a big delete at this point. Bennett would work over the summer again. And Celeste, I still have hope for. I still have hope for Celeste, which is cool. Okay, so we know what we need to do with our team. Yeah, we need to, go for it, Blake.
Is Gabriel leaving the door open for something possibly even part-time in the summer? Or is he like, I'm done?
He's never expressed either. So
Okay.
I'm still, I mean, dude, he still texts me, reaches out to me randomly. He sent me a random text saying he's thinking of me the other day. So,
Yeah. I mean, even if he's done, it's not gonna be a negative way. He had a very positive experience here.
Oh, yeah. Gabriel was one of my favorite persons I've ever like had the pleasure of even interacting with, let alone being like, an acquaintance in the workspace. Like that dude's got a lot of love for that dude. Cool. So now I want to get into some of the changes that we made. Biggest thing, let's just PCR people this week, and if they can't get PC'd, let's call them and see what's up. At least check in on them, even if they don't sign up for a PC. We can still, get some quality time with them over the phone or something, right? So, okay, this brings me to the interview. Nothing really changed up here. I'm actually going to drop this link because I changed all of the verbiage to Silicon Valley, even though there's only 7 San Mateos in the script. So it's not like I changed a lot of San Mateo, but I'll show you the changes that I did make so far. It's not done, but I want to get your opinion on some of these changes real quick. So obviously Silicon Valley, work with people who live anywhere within 50 miles, blah, blah, blah. So before we would say, yeah, go for it, Blake. You're muted.
I don't think we need it's like a good information bit, but that's not something that like an applicant needs to know right off the bat. Like we were saying that when we were based in San Mateo and working with people in San Jose, so that way it made sense for them. But Silicon Valley kind of encompasses basically our whole territory.
Yeah,
like
but
Bay
you can
Area,
also
Silicon
recruit
Valley are almost synonymous. The only part where that would make sense is like SF, North Bay, and Northeast Bay.
Yeah.
But Silicon Valley is pretty all encompassing. So if you want to say like 2 seconds, I don't think.
But we can still recruit within 50 miles of Silicon Valley, and which is like Hayward. That's not even like that's not even like considered Silicon Valley whatsoever. And we can still get recruits from there, like Sean Padilla. So if we said Silicon Valley and we got a Sean Padilla in there from Hayward, he'd be like, I'm not in Silicon Valley, right? So I feel like it'd still be okay to keep you live anywhere within 50 miles because Silicon Valley is not 50-mile radius. It is a huge chunk of where we're at, but if we're recruiting someone from like, if Bree PR somebody from Burlingame, because that's within 50 miles, then that's not the Silicon Valley, So I see what you're saying though, Blake. I see what you're saying. But I did change up this part. I said the reason I changed it to the reason we decided to go and use this group platform is to save us all a little bit of time. I honestly don't have 30 minutes to spend with each applicant going over the same details individually. So I'm going to spend about a half hour telling you about our company and the position you're applying for. Just kept it super nice and short. I don't have what I should have done was show what we had before and now show what we have, but like I feel like this is just straight to the point. You know, like there's just no fluff into this. I also took out Facebook on this one because I don't know the last time we even had a Facebook applicant. And so I'm just not even going to recognize that as a source anymore. So I added in this line of, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and my personal experience working here over the past 5 years, because, well, we don't tell them that we're going to talk about ourselves for a little bit. And I feel like that's part of the process, is introducing who I am, right? Or we are as a person. We're going to watch a brief position description video. After that, I'll talk about our team, our pay, and what training would be like if you're accepted. We train all of our new team members remotely through Zoom, so nobody's coming into the office. This is why there's no experience necessary, because we provide all the training. I shortened that one as well, so it's not like super long and drawn out. After meeting the group, either myself or one of my assistant managers will be meeting with you one-on-one. Before it said like I, and then in parentheses, or one of my team members will be meeting with you one-on-one. I was like, why would, well, either myself, this just sounds better, or my assistant manager will be meeting with you one-on-one. This didn't change at all. There you'll be asked some final questions, and we should be able to let you know today whether or not you'll be invited to join our team. And that way you don't have to wonder for a couple of days if you got the job. I like that better because the old one was like fluffed out, and it was like, because I always hated it when an employer would tell me to wait by the phone for a couple of weeks just to see if it's a good fit. Like, what? We don't need to say that. Just so you don't have to wonder for a couple of days if you got the job. Boom. That's it. Does that sound fair? If so, I just tell them to type "got it" in the chat box so I know the chat's working. It kind of creates some engagement beyond just like a thumbs up, right? Get them typing in the chat. Here's what my staff and I are looking for. Nothing changed in the first one, but then the second one, I just kind of freeballed this one. And I said, second, people that want to put themselves in an advantageous position in their life. The skills we teach here are transferable to any industry or profession. So people that are trying to develop themselves tend to do really well here. Do you guys like that line? Instead of like present themselves well. You like that, Blake? Yeah, because before it said like people that present themselves well. But I don't know. I was like, I think this is like, people want to get ahead in life. That's like, if you think about it, people are always racing, rushing. People want to get ahead of others. It's always a competition, especially the sharp people. They're always kind of competing. Lastly, this didn't change. I did change my personal story because I had some fillers that I was putting in there without the script that weren't in the script. And I just kind of added them into my script so I actually say it. I found out about the position from a letter in the mail, which my mom was highly skeptical of after I finished my first 2 years wrestling and pursuing my degree at Chabot College in Hayward. That summer, I received a scholarship to wrestle in North Dakota at the University of Jamestown, where I ended up graduating with my degree in business admin with concentration in management. On top of that, I just added all my goals, you know, more of my goals. Assistant wrestling coach for Granada, my alma mater, training to be a professional MMA fighter, travel the world, invest in real estate, and spread my love and influence across the world. I say that just like matter of fact, normal face AF, and I move on. I also changed who I showed my Cutco to. Practice my aunts, uncles, grandma, cousins, parents, friends, parents, coaches, and teachers. I added in this line for me. I also became an excellent manager of my time, which served me well in college. Really, really small, subtle line, but I feel like that matters a little bit, right? Because this is true for me. Because how many times do we get people like, oh, I don't have enough time to work here because I have all these other things going on. Oh, great. This will help you with everything. Didn't really change much here. Just did some grammar stuff here. And I didn't change anything in this paragraph because I really like how it's worded. Okay, so I changed the summary. And then this is where I stopped. This is where I stopped because my grandma said dinner was ready. And when grandma says dinner is ready, you stop, right? So I'm still going to continue working on this, but So in summary, here's what you just learned. To recap, no, I'm gonna just, yeah. You now know that we sell Cutco cutlery and work with several other complementary products. Our representatives are working through one-on-one preset presentations, so no one is cold calling random people. And at this point, don't use a sample. We don't use a sample set since almost everything is done online, but almost everyone wins some free product with us when they're starting out. So the reason why I changed it to this was because there's like 3 bullets that says all of this. That was just way more drawn out. And now it's just one simple phrase. And this is where I stopped, right here. So I'm still working on it. And that's part of my mission today, is like have this finished by the end of the day, honestly, by my interview today. And I'll be the first one to run it. If anyone wants to watch it with the new script, just let me know. Thoughts so far on those changes?
Good.
Do
I
you
like it.
guys, you guys like the changes? You
Yeah.
guys think it makes sense? Okay, cool.
Shortens it a bit, makes it clearer. The stuff you add are good.
Cool. Yeah, because like you can throw your own kind of personality about yourself in your section. The next big parts that I'm going to really kind of dig into to change are the team parts. Like right here, talking about the team. I want to see if I can talk about Celeste, Bree, and Reese way shorter, in a way shorter period of time. I'm also going to talk about go for it, Blake. Departments that we're hiring for in the team section. I'm going to cut out I'm going to trim up the team section to make it a lot more concise and neater. Also, same with the alumni section. I'm going to kind of, I'm going to trim down the alumni section a lot. Because it's really drawn out. Like I look right here and I compare with Callie's. So let's see, where is their team section? Yeah, here we go. Like this is a lot right here to say. Just to pretty much say like, these are our alumni, right? Like this is a lot. So I think we can shorten this up a lot. So that's what I'm gonna work on today. But I'm glad that we can all agree that this is going good. Okay, next is the forms I want to go over real quick. Okay, so we'll start with the Tuesday check-in form. This form, can you guys see this? Okay, cool. This form is going to be the Tuesday check-in form, as you guys can clearly see. So this is for everyone to fill out. Every single person on the team needs to fill this out. It's basically new week, new goals, time to look back, to look forward, and set our schedule and intentions for this new week ahead of us. One of the best things about this opportunity is the structured flexibility that comes with it. Thank you in advance for taking your time to fill this out and helping our team elevate. Get it? Elevate? Okay. Silver 6, elevated affection. Cool. So first name, last name. What was your demo goal last week? How many demos did you book last week? How many demos did you complete last week? How many people did you take field training? How many orders did you place? How many recs did you get from your demos completed? How many max do you have on your list ready to call? What is your demo goal this new week? Is that goal in your Vector Impact app? How many of those demos do you want to book at our weekly team event, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.? What is your CPO goal for this new week? Any traveling conflicts coming up that we should know about? How can we best support you this week? Why do you guys think I made this first of all? Why do you guys think I made this?
Keep track of everything.
Yeah, keep track, right? What else? What else?
Can also give them a little bit of insight after filling out so many forms. They can see a pattern with what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I would say those are all right, right? But there's one more. There's one more answer. It's actually to help you guys that are coaching these people. Because how much of this information are we always trying to get from the rep in the PC? And how much time does that take, right? We're like, all right, cool. What was your demo goal last week? My demo goal is 5. How many demos did you book last week? I only booked 3. How many demos did you complete? I only completed 2. Great. Now you can, I mean, obviously you'd have to dig in with them to get this information. How many people did take field training? I only took 1. How many orders did you place? I mean, we could look that up, right? How many recs did you get last week? We could look that up. How many max do you have on your list ready to call? We can look that up too. What is your demo goal? That's cool for them to put down so that we don't have to, get it out of them. Is that in Vector Impact app? If it's not, well, then now they know to put it in there. How many of those like all of these questions help you as the coach so that you come in prepared, right? Because you guys will have access to, you guys actually should have access to this entire Google Drive. And this is the password. You guys should sign into it and bookmark it because this is what it looks like right now. It only has forms. So I'm building this out, I just had to have the forms here so that we have something in this drive. And I like this form a lot because it's going to save you guys a lot of time with your people. And it's just going to streamline all of your PCs. Imagine having 10 to 15 minute PCs with your people where you're building rapport for 10 minutes and you're just kind of, squaring away all of these questions, right? Like you can notice because it's going to be in a sheet. They're going to fill one out and it's going to give you all the data that you need at a glance is what it's called, at a glance. So if you zoom out, you'll be able to see everything. Okay, so Justin, I see that your demo goal last week was 7 and you only booked 5. Like what happened there? Oh, like I had a midterm, I had blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I totally understand. What can we do next time to make sure that you hit your goal? Because I want to make sure if this is your goal, I want to make sure you're hitting it, right? Because it feels good to hit goals. Yeah, I guess just hold me accountable to doing the phone jams. Great. Like it allows them to tell us what they need in order to hit their goal because we're not making their goal for them, right? How many field trainings? Cool. We need to get you field training more people, Justin. You're like one of the top reps in the office. You should definitely be field training people. How many orders did you place? Place 0 orders, right? But they completed 4 appointments. Now we know that doesn't add up, right? That's kind of a red flag. Like, okay, well, let me get this straight. You did 4 appointments, but you made 0 sales. Okay, cool. Have you ever gotten field training? Great. And then we dig in. How many recs did you get from your demos completed? Oh, you did 4 appointments and you got 2 recs. We're gonna have to dig in, right? Or send them a recs video or just quiz them on their recs. Like this is going to allow you to know how to coach your people better. Do you guys like this or not? Do we like this sheet?
I like it.
Okay, cool. Do we like this? Yeah, we like the sheet and we like the form. I need to create a new folder now.
I like it too.
You like it, Bree? Okay, cool. Sheets. Put this one. Okay. Boom. I think it's in there. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's the Tuesday check-in form. I'm going to send that today to the group. The next one is the Silicon Valley demo verification. So this is so instead of a QPR, guys, we are not going to use the QPR anymore. It is very messy. I don't know if you guys have seen it recently. Have you guys seen it at all recently?
No, I haven't. I haven't filled out one of those things in ages.
Well, I mean, like just to pay our people. Where's this bad boy at?
You haven't asked me to handle base pay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Where is this at? It might be in the yeah, also Emma is the owner of it, so like we just don't need to have her be the owner of it, of this whole entire sheet. Okay, it looks like some people need to get paid too. So I'll do that today. But like, do you see how messy this is, guys? Like, and it doesn't even give us the data that we want from everything. And look how much it goes to, you know, and then we have to like, it's super messy, it's not very organized, and it's hard to track. So I created another one. It's called the Silicon Valley Demo Verification. After every appointment, they need to fill this out. After every single appointment, they need to fill this out. They put their full name, date of the appointment, what they sold, how much the CPO was, if it was a no sale, what was the customer's objection. I think they're allowed to do other. Yeah, they should be allowed to do other, because if they made a sale, then it's not it. Then it's fine. But I think this is clutch, because this right here is such a great question to ask people on a form, because what it does, Blake and Justin, is when they click their knives were fine or out of the customer's budget, and people fill out this form, it actually creates a pie chart in these responses right here that tell us what the main objection our people are failing on. And we actually get to handle it, you know, instead of in the old QPR, the questions were qualified appointments, date and time of appointments, and then they filled out freaking each individual one in no sale. But we don't know why it was a no sale, right? We don't know why. Did you clock in? Yes. Number of recs, Facebook post, date of appointment. And now it just gets super lost. So I like this a lot. Number of recs, right? What was your favorite part of the presentation? Customer's full name, customer's telephone number, age of customer. This is great because it'll show us who our reps are showing Cutco to and if they're even qualified. Customer employment status, and that's it. Super simple. This could be, boom, Carson Painter. Boom, date. 300, like, what did I sell on this appointment? Homemaker set, right? What was the CPO? 1110. NA, number of recs, 5. Favorite part, rapport. They're super cool. Got ton of, you know, got really nice recommendations. Sally Jones, 925-321-5967. They're 30 to 64 full-time. It takes 2 minutes to fill this out per appointment, right? And the QPR for people before, they honestly hated the QPR. Justin, did you not like the QPR when you were new?
Never filled it out. No.
Oh yeah, because you never wanted base pay, but you're an anomaly. Most people, like, I remember Bree was like, I don't like filling this out, straight up. And I like, why are we gonna make our people do stuff that they don't like? So how do we like this demo verification form? Yay, nay? Carson, that was a waste of your time.
I think the idea is good. I just think people are gonna hate having to fill out something extra every single demo. Rather than just fill out one long form every week, it's now something every appointment they do. So the more appointments they do, the more they have to do it, and that's just a hassle.
Yeah, I agree.
Whereas
It could
usually
be a
with the
hassle.
With the QPR, the more demos they do, then they're more likely to make incentives. They don't have to fill out the QPR.
Yeah,
This is just a lot of extra work.
it's not a ton of extra work though. If you look at it, it's because they're gonna have to fill out all of these questions anyways, all at once or after every appointment, right? And when we look at the sheet behind it, because it's going to create the sheet, we actually get a nice tracking device for every person. And look at that, it's all on one page too. Dude, before that old one, this one right here, like, look at all of this we got to slide through just to find one person's appointment. And it doesn't even, like, you know, give us the objection that they had. It's super unorganized. And we can even do the base pay like this. We can do, you know, check boxes to make sure that they were, you know, that appointment was verified and whatnot. But like, in fact, boom, add that there. And then we can add in some check boxes. If only I knew how to add in some check boxes. There you go. Boom. And now it's like, great, we can just mark them off as good. Okay, this person's appointment is verified. And then at the end of each week, we go to the time. I mean, they're all going to be timestamped, right? So we're going to know what days that people filled this out, and we can put them all together in a week. Like, it's going to take some getting used to, but I think in the long run, this is going to serve us after every appointment than them doing a long ass one. Bless you, Justin. One super long one every Monday. And we don't even get the point of even doing this, really, Blake, is to get the data and make sure that we are able to coach our reps appropriately. Because if on the old one, like, we had no idea why we were getting no sales. I think that's some important data to know so that we can coach people. You know, if Joey keeps getting, oh, I need to think about it. Oh, I need to think about it. Oh, I need to think about it. And it's right here for us to see. It's like, hey, Joey, on your last 4 appointments, your customer said that they need to think about it. So let's just dig in. Like, what's really, like, going on? What do they typically need to think about? Oh, that's it? It was a surprise? Oh, perfect. Yeah, usually I need to think about it, it's just a smoke. And then that's like a teaching opportunity. So I'll add this one into the Google form, or Google as well. Oh, okay. Now that Bree's back. Bree Nunn, are you able to look at a sheet right now or form?
I am driving.
Okay, no worries. I can explain it to you. So I created a new form, and we're going to use this instead of the QPR form. And this form, it is for after every single. Oh. Okay, yeah, so this form is for after every single appointment completed, a rep will fill out this really short form. It is just their name, date of the appointment, what they sold. If they, like, obviously if they didn't sell anything, they just put nothing. How much the CPO was. If they didn't sell anything, they put nothing. If it was a no sale, what was the customer's objection? And there's these 5 objections. Their knives are fine, out of customer's budget, needs to talk to their spouse, needs to think about it, and doesn't need knives. I feel like those are the 5 common objections. Would you agree, Justin, Blake, Bree? Like, are there any other objections that I should add on there that we get? Okay, cool. Number of recs, what your favorite part of the presentation was? Customer name, customer phone number, age of customer, and customer employment status. They fill this out after every appointment. Instead of doing one big QPR on Monday, they just fill this out after every appointment, and that's how they get paid. What are your thoughts, Bree? You're a fan? Because I know you did not like the QPR. Yeah. And this one also gives us better data because we get to see in actual charts and graphs why, like, what objections we're getting the most of, and then what age our customers are seeing, or what age of customers our reps are seeing, because now we get to know, okay, you showed a 25-year-old, like that's why they didn't buy anything, right? And we can actually do conditional formatting to highlight in red when something is not right in the sheet. I'm learning how to do that. So that's great. And then also customer employment status. I think it's important to know, like, yeah, our people are seeing a bunch of unemployed people. Like, okay, cool. Well, let's start with showing the right people, Joey, because showing Cutco to someone that is unemployed and 25 is probably not going to buy Cutco, right? And that's also, you know, not to pay them for that appointment. Go for it.
One other thing, I don't know if that was on there, another objection, but like one other thing that you should put, instead of like just like having like the fill in the bubble, because sometimes like, again, these are, like, rare occasions, but like it's not any of like the 5 main objections. You should be able to
Good
fill it
call.
out. So
Yeah,
if it's just
good
like
call.
an
I have an
unforeseen
other.
circumstance, then
Oop. I think I know what you said. I'm not gonna assume, but pretty sure you said that we should have a space to type in other objections that are possible. And so I have an other right here, because if they did get a sale, well then it's not gonna apply. So they could just put NA in the other. And if they have an objection that isn't these 5 common ones, then they can put that in the other section. But I know what you're saying, I think. And if I got that wrong, just text me. Because I'm going to move on to the next form. The next form is daily recruiting stats. This is for you guys, okay? This is for you guys to fill out every day, Monday through Friday. If you are sending or at least every time you do any type of recruiting messaging, which I mean is our standard Monday through Friday. If you do message on Saturday or Sunday, then power to you. So you should still fill one of these out. So I will actually put this into the chat, and we're going to start using this today. All of us. We're going to use this right here. So I'd save this, bookmark this. It's going to be in the Google Drive that I sent you guys to. But it's basically how many LinkedIn messages did you send today? How many LinkedIn connections did you send? How many IG DMs did you send today? How many people did you add to your IG network? How many responses did you get? How many people did you separate? Super short form that you got to fill every day. There is a reason to this. The old method that we were using of holding each other accountable and like clocking in our messaging was by sending it into the WhatsApp. Here's the thing. Not everyone was sending it into the WhatsApp when they're done messaging. We've all been guilty of this. It's not a big deal. And also, we can't track any data if it's in a WhatsApp conversation, right? Like there's no data that can be tracked in a WhatsApp. What's cool is that we can convert this sheet into a spreadsheet, or this form into a spreadsheet like I'm doing at the moment. It's timestamped. It can populate how many messages we're sending per day, and we can separate that into weeks. And we can know exactly how many we're messaging, because like what's not, like what Blake has mentioned, what's not tracked is not managed. What's not measured is not managed. And us just sending it in the group chat, it's not managing it or measuring it. It's just like being accountable to the action, which is great. We want to be accountable to the action, but also we can do that while still tracking data. So for anyone that's sending messages today, which should be everyone, you're going to want to use this when you fill it out. And it's going to be super easy. Just how many LinkedIn messages did you send? Boom, boom, boom. Separate it into weeks. And we get totals here. And this is when we can start kind of planning and holding each other accountable even more. I'm actually going to add a question. Your name. Because we want to know who is doing what, right? That's an important one, I feel. So you have your name, of course. Then you'll have the other questions that I said earlier. Thoughts, comments, concerns, objections. Carson, this is stupid. Anything around that?
I really like the improvement and development, and like I definitely really like the recruiting stuff because it's not only for like it's gonna hold us more not incentive but like a push to say like actually get your messages done today, because I know I've had a hard time like being consistent with that, so I think it's great.
Awesome. Yeah, and like here's my thing with this, okay? I realized when I was gone, I had pretty poor communication, right? When I was gone. But I did preface, when I was gone, I was not going to be very available. I was going to be like really into like present with everything I was doing. And like the biggest things that needed to be done was just coaching the team, sending messages and doing the interviews, right? And that whole week I was gone, I came back and I had like no clue how many messages were being sent, if messages were being sent, right? And then also no clue if people were getting coached. And if we're gonna like build this organization out and up together, I think this is good data to know, so that like Bree, when you are running the recruiting department, you can take a day or two off, like actually enjoy some vacation without having to check your phone and micromanage your team in the recruiting department. You can just send them this form and then check it at night when you get back from whatever you're doing and go like, oh, this person hasn't checked in, submitted their form for recruiting. This person hasn't, this person hasn't, this person hasn't. I'm gonna text them all right now. And hey, maybe they have, they just forgot to fill out the form, right? Or maybe they haven't done any messaging and, you know, they're like, oh shoot, they should remind me, and they got to send their messages, right? Because the last thing I want to do, and any of us want to do, but the last thing I want to do to you guys, and I don't think you guys want this from me, is micromanage you guys, right? Where I'm texting you guys like every 2 hours going like, hey, have you done this? Hey, have you done this? Hey, have you done this? Okay, you're not going to do it. I'm going to, like, you guys don't want that. And I don't want that. You guys want autonomy. You guys want to be able to have the space to do the things that you guys know you should be doing. And also the freedom and flexibility, which is why this job is great, so that you can do it when you are able to. If I'm sitting here micromanaging everything, I'm not letting you guys grow. Now, with me not micromanaging, I got to be okay with you guys making mistakes, because I make mistakes still. And if I expect you guys to not make mistakes, that's just holding an unfair double standard, right? So I'm aware you guys are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes, but I want to give you guys autonomy. I really don't want to micromanage you guys unless it's legit, like I have to, because we're just not producing the results. But I don't think you guys want me to micromanage you guys either, right? Can I get a thumbs up in agreement if you guys don't want me to micromanage you guys? Okay, cool. Like, you guys are great. You guys are leaders. You guys are freaking awesome. So I don't want to have to do that. And I don't think I will have to do that. And that's why I'm building out these systems so that, you know, this doesn't quite have to happen. But so daily recruiting stats, I like this one a lot, because like what doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. And man, I mean, we gotta send our messages. So the WhatsApp now is just going to be like, hey, just, you know, filled out my form. That's going to be the accountability message. We cool with this recruiting form? Yeah, yay or nay? Carson, this is dumb. Cool. All right. One last form or not. Yeah, one last form is the coaching form. Okay. Oh, it's already out here. It's right here. The coaching form. Okay. This is for you guys. I got to add your names too, again. This is a super, super, super simple one. It's for people that are coaching any team. Were you able to PC everyone on your team? Be honest, a higher power could be watching. Who could you not PC? Why could you not PC them? Who needs extra help? Is this a helpful weekly form for you guys to fill out that coach teams? And I would love to get the honest feedback here. It's super short. All you guys got to do is fill it out once a week. Like Thursday, we can make a day that this gets filled out, like every Friday, right? Every Friday, you got to make sure this gets filled out, because by Friday, your whole team should have had a PC, right? If they're not PC'd going into the weekend, then it's like, okay, Friday, I'm calling them, right? Then this will tell us who needs to get called. Super short form. Do you guys like this form? Do you guys think this will help as an organ? Okay, cool. And then I'm going to make another sheet for this, because it's going to give us, what we need for anybody that's doing any type of sales coaching. They're going to want to know who needs extra help. Even the people. So when we look at, where is this? Right here. When we look at this org chart right here, and Blake obviously might not be in the sales manager role when he's doming for Dave, but Chris Polo might, and I might just have to take over the development part, and I'm fine with that, totally fine with that. But let's say Blake, for right now, is the sales manager when we start really getting these departments defined, and he's got all these sales coaches. Well, all of the sales coaches will have to fill out one of these coaching forms for Blake to report. And then Blake, you will be keeping track of the responses. And then at the staff meeting, you're going to present to all of us who PC'd who, all the teams will be set out in WebPDI, so we know who's on whose team, but we'll see who all got their PCs done and who was not able to PC everyone on their team, who those people were, why they couldn't, vacation, cool. Then we know not to call Melissa because she's on vacation, right? But if it's like Joey couldn't get PC'd because he's been ghosting, well, that's someone that needs extra help, right? Like that's someone that we know now as a staff, we're like, okay, cool. We need to give this person a little bit of like an in or an out or some support, just check in on them, right? Because it definitely means more when they hear from someone in like a quote unquote higher position. So this wasn't just for us as a staff. This is for anybody that's in a sales coaching role, even Bree, like you'd want to PC the people in your recruiting department, just have a PC with them once a week. Same with you, Justin, like the people in your department here that you'll be keeping tabs on, you'll want to PC them once a week, just to like give them some support. And if you're not able to PC them, well, we'll know. So that's the form, or those are the forms that I've created. I do have the new training get to know you form. It's the same one. It's the exact same one. I just made Elevated Affection a collaborator on the San Mateo one. And then I created a copy of it. And this is the copy. So it's brand new, fresh. There are 0 responses. So it is a brand new one. I'm creating the sheet for it right now. Boom. Maybe not all that. Yeah, there we go. So this is the new sheet. There's gonna be more stuff that we add to this sheet, of course, from the old sheet that's not in here. But for now, I think this is a really good one just to have, and it's our office's name, so that's always good. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm talking a lot. Thoughts on anything that we have gone over so far? Dislikes, likes, I want to hear it all. I really do, because I did all of this. I spent a lot of time on this, and I want to know if there's any changes that should be made, because I have time to make them today.
I don't know. I think it's all fine. I think the Google Forms are good. We just need to formulate a system that reminds us to do it every week. Like, I feel like if it's just like, you need to make sure you fill this out, we're not going to do it.
Yeah,
I mean, we're all super busy. Like, in all honesty, we're not going to do it. We need something to like, hold us accountable. I don't even know. Just make sure that we do it every week, even if we have like a team meeting that's required on Friday at 10, so we can fill out the forms for 5 minutes, just like something.
I do have that slot open.
So we got to do that. Think that's big. Second thing, I'll be honest, I think these new roles are so cool, and like it kind of organizes things better. But in all honesty, I don't think we've done anything to define them or like get started on them or like start teaching people like, but like, you're the sales coach. You got to do this, 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 and that. It's just like, hey, you're the sales coach. Hey, you're the social media director. It's like, we're not doing anything yet. Like we haven't, like we've put it there and we've organized it, but we haven't done anything with it. Or like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and you're right. That's the next step for me with all of the departments is the documentation on like, this is what you do. I'm gonna get like a 1-page document for each department that says like, this is what you do, and I'm trying to build this out. It's like I said, it's gonna take me some time to get these all built out. My goal is to have this done by the end of April, so that when the summer starts, the rules are defined. People know exactly what they're going to be doing on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. All of the videos are going to be in place to where everybody knows, like no one will need, my goal is that no one will need to go to me for the basics of that position. Now, if it's like something super detailed, like, hey, Carson, I send this form, can I like include this text in it? Then yeah, you can ask me, but like, honestly, you could probably send a text with the form. Like, there's some things you can ask me, but like some things you can just make that decision on your own, you know, like I want you guys to be autonomous. But yeah, Justin, like this is like, if you guys want to help me define some of the roles and do some of the documentation, because that's like the most time consuming part is the documentation of everything. Because if you look at the org chart, you'll see how many different positions there are. So I need to make a document for Chris in this position for anyone in the development role. I need to make a document for this, the recruiting manager, the social media manager, the culture department, the sales manager, sales coaches, and post interviewers and recruiting assistants. I need to make essay style documents for all of those, which I could probably knock out in a solid week. You know, that's why this hasn't been implemented yet, though, Justin, because I still need to build out those documents, because I don't want to throw someone in a, you know, sales coaching role or a recruiting department role, and they're like, yeah, I don't know what to do. And then I'm having to like hold their hand, and I can't build the system because I'm like trying to hold, or I can't build the system for other people because I'm trying to hold their hand through it. But yeah, no, this will get built out, dude. If you want to help me with this too, because it's way more fun to do things with other people, you know, way more fun. I have time today, like I said, to get a lot of these built out. Also, I've not sent my PC link out yet. I would love to PC you guys first, you know, so I'm going to send that form out here in a little bit before 10 a.m. Comes around. But looking at everything we've went over, the next step for me, because those forms were important, because I want to start implementing the forms right away, because I think that'll help us all a lot. But the next thing is that documentation, Justin. So like that's like my big project. Well, finishing the script, the interview script, finishing the interview script, and then doing the documentation for all of the roles that we have. That's like step number 2. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm writing all this down, Justin, by the way. Blake, Bree, questions, comments, concerns, jokes?
For everything for me, it looks good. I'll definitely have to like rewatch this recording because I was like driving and then I got to practice.
Yeah, you're
And we're
good.
about to start. So send that in the group chat and I will watch it later today
Cool,
because
cool.
I will have time. And then yeah, no, everything looks good. I really love the systems that are gonna be put in place and like it's definitely gonna help our team like be more organized and systematic and just kind of grow and develop from here. So fantastic.
Sweet, sweet. Blake, thoughts, comments, concerns,
All right,
questions?
I gotta go. Bye.
Bye, Bree. Go crush it. Nice little
Thank
shits
you.
after. Blake,
Blake McNally is not here.
Balake. Balake.
Ugh.
Did you see the message that we got from that girl?
Yeah. What the fuck was that? I got the notification and I was like, what? What is she? Is she just like trying to mess around or like,
I think she's delusional.
dude, I
Yeah,
didn't
I mean,
even know.
it's not. Yeah, she's. I don't know if you read what she said before. She's like, I am a marine biologist, astrophysicist, neurologist. I'm like, what? You can't. That's not a thing. It's not a thing. Balake, call him.
Yeah, I was very confused. But... Balake. See, that movie is or YouTube video is so funny. It'll never not be funny.
So Blake, after all the stuff I just showed, questions, comments, concerns, things I should re-look at, or action steps moving forward. Justin gave me a great action step, which is like documentation for the roles and departments that we have, because that's literally the next step since all these are starting to get built out. What do you think?
I think one of the best things to do moving forward is making sure the entire team knows what changes they're making and what's going on. Do you think this would be like a team meeting announcement and then we start using them? Or you want to just start using it right away?
I'm going to start using it right away. I'm going to actually take a video and film it, put it in the group chat for this morning, and then I'm going to send the Tuesday check-in form and then the Silicon Valley demo verification. And then what I'm going to do is text every single person on the team and say, hey, part of the restructuring, because we already told the team that we're restructuring and rebranding. So like, if they weren't at that team meeting where we announced it, that we were doing that, that's their fault. They should have got there, or at least watched the recording, right? Like, we don't need to be redundant every single team meeting. And some people like Nathan can't even make the team meeting, right? So I'm going to text them all individually and just say, hey guys, this is Carson. This is the new demo verification form to fill out. No more QPR on Monday. Just fill this out after every appointment. This is your clock in form. Still call in after every appointment, but this is what you got to fill out. And then the Tuesday form as well. So I'll be letting everybody know today, because I want to use this Tuesday check-in form ASAP. I think this is, out of all the forms, this one and the daily recruiting one are my favorite ones, because I love how much time this can save for a coaching conversation. And if we can do that today, that'd be great. That'd be really great. But yeah, so I plan on it, letting everyone know. Other comments, questions, concerns, Balake?
Just make it let them know, like, hey, you're required to watch this video.
Yeah. Like, you have to watch this video, guys. This is important. This affects your pay. This video will affect your pay.
Yeah.
I think that'll get people's attention.
Yeah.
Cool. Justin, Blake, anything else?
No, that's it.
Any jokes?
I never have jokes,
Dude.
but it is good to have a joke.
Okay.
You give us.
All right. Gideon?
I said you give us a joke.
All right, I'll give you a joke.
Hmm.
I'll give you a joke.
But okay, the way I didn't even notice that. That's so funny.
What's the best thing about Switzerland?
It's not the United States.
The best thing about Switzerland is that it's not the United States. All right. Well, I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. All right. Good.